doing?
Great. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Very happy to have you on, support another Mercer County business owner. So why don't you tell us who you are and what you do?
My name is Frank Dempsey, and I'm the owner of Obsessive Compulsive Detailing and Restoration.
Gotcha. And how long have you been in the car detailing and boat detailing, seeing that you do other vehicles as well?
6 years.
Gotcha. So what got you into detailing?
I've always had a passion for cars. Ever since I was little, being a neurodivergent young adolescent, I always needed something to do, but always found myself not being able to complete long-term jobs.
Yeah.
So I always liked washing my grandparents' or my parents' cars because it was short-term with a big reward. So that really sparked my interest. And then later in life, I worked for a wholesale car dealer that I ended up detailing for every once in a while. And that really sparked my interest as in the business side of things. I seen how much money he was bringing in just, doing cars to bring to auction.
Yeah.
And that was like bare minimum. And I was like, all right, let's see what we could do with this.
Yeah, I mean, with Mercer County being kind of on the higher end side, we have a lot of nice cars around here. We even have local car meetups around here.
Of course.
A lot of vintage cars, a lot of classic cars.
Yeah, I do a lot of them.
Yeah. So I see your pictures on Instagram all the time. So with OCDetailing, tell us a little bit about the services. Like, what exactly do you guys do? Because I'm only starting to learn how much different packages and things that you can actually get done to a car.
Yeah. So as far as my base packages go, which is going to be like your first time or, every so many years, that's going to be quick, basic, or obsessed. Or we also have a pro. That's like more specialty, like stain removal type stuff. But the basic, quick are our two most sought out ones. It's, quick is very surface level. We're going to wash it, give it a spray wax. It's going to last about 3 months or so. They normally come back quarterly.
Gotcha.
The basic people, they're normally wanting more long term, so at least a year. So I only offer ceramic, any type of ceramic coating, we'll say. But yeah, I used to do the waxes, sealants, all that stuff. Process is very long. The ceramic, you're in and out quick. It's the best bet. Plus, in my brain and heart, I feel better giving you something that I know is actually going to last.
Absolutely,
full 12 months. Where I've learned, over the past 6 years that waxes and sealants, they're not cutting the mustard. Definitely with our environment. You get one winter that's not like this year that we had 2 snows.
Yeah.
But, they have to lay some brine or salt down. That's eating directly through all of that. I've had clients that only see me once a year. They just want the ceramic one time, and I'll see them next year in the spring. And their cars, even just being done one time, never washed it after, no maintenance, have drastically better hydrophobic properties. They're a lot cleaner than the cars that I would do for the same schedule that I did with waxes and sealants.
Gotcha. Yeah, and that's definitely what you're looking for, especially if you are a higher end car owner, is that quality and consistency out of product or service in your sense.
Yep.
And let's take a little step back. Why did you name it OCDetailing? Because I love the name, and it's great for especially what you're trying to do.
Yeah, so, going back to the whole neurodivergent thing, I've always been, very picky. Very, very picky. So, me and my friend was talking one day when I was trying to make names. There was all types of names, Dempsey's Detail, but I wanted something that was more true to my soul and not just a face. So, plus, eventually I would like to be the one running the street stuff and just be behind the scenes.
Of course.
Start other ventures.
Yeah.
So I figured, don't brand my name, brand something that we can actually work with.
That's a great idea. Yeah, you hit the nail right on the head with that one. I think the obsessive thing is perfect, especially talking about cars. Yeah, people are obsessed with their cars.
It draws more like-minded people. So I have cars that are trash that I'll see, But then I have loyal clients that are doing their cars are a pleasure. It's actually relatively fun, again. Where some of the disasters, you get there and you're like, oh no, this is going to be a lot longer than I thought.
Gotcha. So besides the whole you doing your grandparents' cars and everything, is there any other like aspects of car lifestyle that you like? Because I think that's one thing I really want to talk more about on the podcast, especially with just how prevalent the market is right now.
Well, as you stated before, like the car scene in Hamilton, Mercer County, even just New Jersey in general, is absolutely impeccable. I have never been to another state that even I felt compared with the diversity of the cars. Yeah,
and go in a little bit more on that.
I feel like in New Jersey, it doesn't matter if you have, a 2002 Civic with barely anything done to it, or if you have a Supra that's all modded out stage 4 and whatnot. You'll see everybody at the same car meet, and everybody's talking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No one's like, that's an ugly car or whatever. Like, let's see what we could do with this.
Yeah.
People asking questions, like, people think we're not friendly people here, but like when you get on a like-minded subject, we'll talk to all day.
This podcast proves that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like
the Rizaldi's meet on Sloan.
Yeah, I was about to ask, could you tell us a little bit about some of the meets that happen around here?
Yeah. Well, to start off, I would say one of the best ones is the one that used to be at the old Kmart.
Yeah.
The classic car.
They're still there from time to time. It's not as big as it used to be, but I still see 10, 15 out there sometimes.
Yeah, I actually know the guy who runs that.
Gotcha.
So he's a great guy. He actually owns Martell's Christmas House.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So, he's a great guy. I've known him my whole life. And his cars, I always hear him working in his big garage in the back, and I'm like, what is he doing in there? That's another thing that got me into cars like that, because he would come rip down the street. You always heard when his car started.
I was about to say, so that's probably who I've heard the last 25 years
exactly.
I've been living here.
Yeah, or it was me and my Scion TC. So that
right, well, I won't call the cops on you anymore, so.
But the car scene is crazy. I was in car groups, every week, I would say probably 2 to 3 times a week, I was washing my car to go to a car show after school. Like, just what it was.
Yeah, no, and I know there's meets in Seaside, Belmar, Ocean City. There are just so many huge groups. There's Beamer, and then specific cars too. Beamer groups, Jeep groups,
Scion groups. Everything.
It's so prevalent around here.
I actually detail for the Aston Martin Owners Society of North America.
Oh wow!
I went up to Massachusetts 2 years ago, and they had a concourse with just all of their their owners' cars.
Yeah.
And I detailed, a good couple dozen of them. And, it was fun 4 days for, me and my workers. We had a fun time. And got to see some of the rarest Aston Martins I've never even thought about. Like, that's you would not know half these exist.
That's a true luxury car, for sure.
For sure.
Let's take a step back again, and you've been in it for 6 years. So where did you learn these skills that got you these high-value clients, basically in your orbit?
Okay, so...
Because obviously there has to be a level of skill for someone to trust you.
Exactly. So I do want to give partial credit to, the other workers that I worked with, head detailers at the wholesale car dealer. They gave me my base knowledge outside of what I already kind of could figure out myself.
Any names you want to shout out for them? They're gonna see
this. Okay. But I do. What was it? 2018. I went out to California and I did a chemical guys class with Smart Detailing University, so I'm certified through them. And then that was a very more on the beginner side, but not too beginner. They told you when you were signing up, like, you need to have at least base knowledge. Like, we're not teaching you how to vacuum a car out, how to just do a basic wash on a car. Like, we want to show you how to polish and do this type of stuff. Coatings and specialty stuff.
Yeah.
So I did that. And then 2021, I teamed up with Dr. Beasley's, so that's a process within itself.
And that's your current sponsor, right?
Yeah.
Can you go in a little bit about that for someone who might be interested in co-partnering with a company like that?
I think co-partnering with a company that you believe in is the best thing you could do.
Yeah.
I'm so satisfied with my pick, and I just picked them as of 2021.
Mm-hmm.
I looked at G-Technic, I looked at all the other major brands.
Yeah.
But I really liked Dr. Beasley's motto. I liked their business in general. They're very, very much in contact with you. Like, I talked to Chris Ricana from Dr. Beasley's on a monthly to weekly basis.
And that's definitely what you want out of a company, especially when your service is that high-end brand style. Mm-hmm. You want consistency from someone who's going to be providing you products for you.
Exactly. And then the other biggest thing that I love about them too is like the community of authorized pro detailers that we have is unbelievable. We can contact each other in a flash. Like if I'm polishing something and I'm never seen this type of paint before and something's not going right, I'll contact 3 or 4 different guys, get opinions, and then go reassess instead of just trying to figure it out myself and making things worse.
Yeah, no, and that's another great thing to have in the service industry is second opinions, third opinions, and especially from extremely professional sources as well.
Yep.
And from what I've seen about the company and done my research, it's one of the biggest companies in the United States for sure.
Yep.
So what are some favorite cars that you've worked on? Maybe that you've had on your Instagram so I could show people a little bit of your work.
Of course, there's the luxury lavish ones. Like I've done Bentleys and Rolls Royces, Aston Martins. What else we got? But I feel like some of my favorites, I just did a CTS 5V Blackwing. That thing was absolutely sick.
Is that the one that you sent me the other day?
I think so.
Yeah, no, it was gorgeous. Yeah. For sure.
That thing was so loud, I thought my eardrums were going to blow out. And he said that that's how it came stock. I was like, oof. What the hell? So that was a good one. There's a lot. There's so many. Done a Lamborghini.
Gotta love the Lambos.
I've done a couple Ferraris. And I have a Raptor I do that it's actually one of the older Raptors. I believe it's like a 15 or 16, but it's the SVT with the better engine in it. That thing is sick. Oof. Trying to think what else. I'm Matt. I'm a Matt guru. So I do all things Matt for Dr. Beasley's since they're, teamed up with a lot of the major brands, BMW, Kia, Hyundai, all the matte cars essentially coming out.
Yeah, do you want to explain to people at home that might not know what a matte car is?
Yeah, so matte paint is essentially the same as regular paint, but you don't have a glossy top coat.
Gotcha.
You have a flat top coat, which is going to be a protection for your car, but we do suggest doing a more advanced ceramic coating on it to help further protect the vehicle from anything that could be thrown at it in this environment.
That makes sense, especially when you're whipping 100 miles down the road.
Exactly. And your BMW. I got a bunch of, actually have a Fisker. I think it's called the Fisker Ocean. It's not even released yet. Waiting to get delivered to somebody in North Jersey.
My uncle is currently the instructional designer for Fisker.
No way.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to meet him one day.
I'm trying to get... When he comes over on the podcast, he's actually in Stockholm right now doing global marketing for Fisker Inc.
That's awesome.
He works directly under Mr. Fisker himself, actually. Crap. Yeah. Hi, Uncle Pat. But... I know about the Ocean, and they aren't released yet, so that's wild. Yeah. I'm sure they probably know Mr. Fisker too if they have the car.
Yeah.
But this is a stupid question, but I just want to throw it out there. Is there a difference between detailing electric vehicles versus a traditional combustion engine?
Not really. I mean, the main difference that you're going to have is there's a frunk. So... Now you just got more stuff to clean. Either way, if you're a good detailer, you were going to clean the engine bay anyway.
Yeah.
But
I just wanted a segue to talk about electric vehicles, really.
Yeah, electric vehicles are awesome. I do.
So you're pro electric vehicle? Or?
Yeah, I think once I get a shop, I think I'm actually going to make my mobile vehicle a fully electric vehicle.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense.
You know, hopefully by then we have like a fully electric Bronco or something. That'd be awesome.
That'd be great. I mean, we got BMWs now, so
exactly.
The EV sector is moving forward.
It is
so
very
fast. Yeah,
very fast. And even like the Rivian, that's an amazing truck.
Yeah.
You have Polestar, which is absolutely brilliant within itself.
Have you ever worked on any of the Lucid cars yet?
I had one Lucid. The Lucid, I think it's the Air or the Dream. Is it the Air? I think it's Lucid Air.
Gotcha.
That was pretty cool. Dr. Beasley's actually did a spotlight on them because we're affiliated with them as well.
Awesome.
But yeah, the advancement that we're going in for, you know, our society is really cool. It's some cool stuff.
For sure, yeah. I don't understand the hate on EVs. They're obviously going to have a positive impact when it comes to emissions and everything, but at the same time, it's the ridiculous stuff like California saying they aren't going to produce any cars after 2036. Like that, I don't think is going to work.
No.
I think that that's what a lot of the downside of EVs comes into, or people thinking that EVs are bad when they hear stuff like that. But I don't think that EVs are bad in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, I think everything has its up and its down.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know, things happen. You know, my sister actually it's a half hybrid. It's the Escape.
Those are great too, for sure.
They are. But, you know, there's times where they see problems here and there with the, you know, switching over from electric to battery or from battery back to the engine or whatnot. Mm-hmm. But, you know, Ford is a good company and they stand by their stuff.
Absolutely,
so you get a lemon, they'll hook you up. But yeah.
Do you have a favorite kind of car? Because I don't know. You've seen so many. Can you pick one? Is the real question.
I don't think I can. I really don't. I would have to say probably the Aston Martin. What's it? Zagato shooting brake. It's one of the craziest ones I've seen.
I'll have to look that. I'm not familiar with that.
I can send you a picture in a little bit. You can link it in up here.
Bet.
So yeah, that's probably one of the, I would say, expensivest ones that I love.
Gotcha.
But I mean, overall, I think I love classic historics the most. I think I could do a whole fleet of classic cars one day. I would rather do that than do 10 Lamborghinis in one day.
And you definitely do have a lot of clients with classic cars from the pictures that I've seen, at least. Yeah. So who's your favorite client to work with and what's their car? Like, you don't have to name them or anything, but what's their car stock looking like?
Cadillacs, a couple really old Buicks.
Oh, I love this. Yeah. The old Buicks.
Yeah,
those
like
are
Buick
gorgeous.
8, like those ones. Those are really nice. What else did he has? An old Mercedes, I think it was a 240 something. Thing's really awesome.
Is this the guy where you wanted to do the interview? Yeah.
That's just one of them. I've had, the Galaxy. You know which one I'm talking about? I think I can't remember who made it. I had one of those. What's the other one I did too? I'm drawing a blank.
No, you're good.
So many cars.
I was about to say, you have quite a clientele list, so I'm sure you see car after car after car.
Yeah.
And the names are so intricate too.
Yeah. It's like hard to you start overlapping names on accident. Like the Lincoln Passport. Like they know. They didn't do that. No.
I like Porsches. I would love a nice 4-door Porsche.
Yeah. Like a Cayenne.
Like the Panamera.
Okay. I actually do a Panamera.
Yeah.
Yep.
I had a boss, my boss at Seasons Garden Center had a 4-door Panamera. It was like 2015, like, and he got it in 2015, I would just go to work and be like, I hate you. Like, I want that car.
Yeah.
But so what's the future of this? And another reason why me and you are talking is because you want to start something outside of this.
Yeah.
So what's the future of OCDetailing looking like, and then what are your own goals for the future?
So the future for OCD, like I said, I do want to get out from the front lines.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a lot of work doing the behind the scenes stuff, but I do want to, you know, get a brick and mortar. Once that happens, I think I can really start to put my plans into play, because I can situate everything where it needs to go, have my mobile crew set up, have stuff at the shop for guys to do. And then I don't want to completely disassociate from it, though. I want to be there for, you know, more bigger, intricate work. I love to polish compound cars. Like, when you have a hazy black car and you can make that thing look mint, it's the best feeling in the world.
Yeah,
it's the most satisfying thing.
Much like how Dr. Beasley's is there for you, where when you need your major items, they're always going to be there for you. Of course. Yeah. So what about this, like, what's after OCD? So let's say you have 15 people, you get your brick and mortar, you're established. What, with the profits from that, what ideas are you looking at to, you know, a second business, expansion, another brick and mortar?
Expanding off of OCD, like, there's all different fields I want to get into. I want to definitely start doing some tinting and PPF.
Yeah.
I don't really want to do vinyl wrap at all. I'll send.
I was going to ask, no chrome, no chrome delete or anything.
Yeah.
Well, shout out to Matt and Sophia. You're still going to have a job. Of course. No, I'm messing around.
Yeah, there's that. I want to do long term down the road when I get my final shop. Like, I'm planning like huge.
Speak it into existence.
Yeah,
what do you mean by huge?
Like, over 3,000 square feet.
Okay.
Well over square. Like, I want to do full restorations, you know, take shells, or if somebody wants their car fully restored, you know, their classic or historic car, you know, we're going to restore it back. And then also do side jobs for ourselves, where we just restore cars that we have, or, you know, been wanting to do, or
so
find a shell.
Also on the passionate side.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. Yeah.
You know, and, you know, do the body work, everything. Gut it, upholstery, electrical, full, whole 9 yards.
So I got to ask, what's the worst car that you've had to detail, and what was the story behind it? Because I'm sure you have some clients come up and be like, listen, I had a really bad night last night. I need you to come out real quick.
So I've had one of those calls where it wasn't necessarily her fault, but she went and bought a couple bottles of wine. She had them in the trunk, brand new Kia.
Ooh.
And
was it white too?
No, it was black.
I was about to say.
And it was in the trunk. There was nothing back there. And I believe most of the stuff that comes underneath the floor of the trunk was wrapped. So I didn't have to go cleaning all the tools off and everything. I just cleaned the top plastic piece, took everything out, cleaned underneath. That was an easy one. I more so get caught up with the ones that people, you know, because my version of dirty and your version of dirty are going to be two completely different things.
Yeah.
So when they go, I don't think it's that bad, and I get there and I'm like, oh, it's that bad. That's when stuff starts to get frustrating, but you just got to take a deep breath, step back, figure out your new way to assess.
Absolutely.
You know, there's no one path from A to B. I have like 35 in the back of my head that we have to choose from randomly. Like, I'll go there with one plan, like, yeah, this is going to get it done. And then we get there and we're like, swap into this because that's not going to work. So you just got to be very versatile.
Yeah, I was about to say, it speaks to your versatility that you have those pre-planned structures. And yeah, I wish you the best of the luck for this business. Yeah. So my last question is for you, what do you think of the Mercer County Business Network that we're growing?
I think it's amazing. I think it's like literally the best thing since sliced bread, because big thing with me is a lot of my clients are contractors and other business owners.
Mm-hmm.
So I love marketing. That's the best thing you're going to do. And especially with other business owners, you're going to push their stuff. They're going to push your stuff, and everybody's going to make bread at the end of the day.
Absolutely. I've seen you do it with the gentleman at Homestead, and
Yes, sir.
he only had great things to say about you. So if you're looking to get your car detailed, hit up Mr. Dempsey here, and he'll get you hooked up.
Yes, I will.
All right. Well, appreciate
Thank
you
you.
having on.
I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, and you'll come back on again
Of course.
soon for
Yes,
sure.
sir.
Cut.